first game has Warriors going head-to-head with Mini-Plows in the U-League. The Warriors have lost 2 in a row and hope to turn things around against a Mini-Plows team who has yet to taste defeat in their first 5 games. This game starts with Mini-Plows attacking on an odd man rush. Jake Deschamps' wrister is turned aside by Noah Venturelli, who covers up to kill the threat. Deschamps is at the heart of the next Mini-Plows attack. He feeds Alexis Pilon for a fast break, who steps around a lone defender before roofing his shot top corner on Venturelli. This kid has wheels, hands, and a shot to go with it. It's 1-0 Mini-Plows. Just 5 minutes later, Aiden Farion gets a breakaway while short-handed and buries the shot blocker side to give Mini-Plows a 2-0 lead. Warriors redeem themselves moments later on the same power play. Marco DiPolito takes several cracks at his shot that finally makes its way through traffic and passes Alex Rousseau to cut the lead down to 1. Back in the Warrior zone, Farion makes his way in alone on goal. His shot is stopped but takes a weird bounce and trickles into the net to restore the 2-goal lead. Before the end of the first period, some great hands and patience from Rocco Voltaggio leads to a great chance, but he can't finish in front. The Warriors cut the lead down to 1 early in the second, but Guillaume Loisel picks up a loose ball in the slot and handcuffs Venturelli, regaining the Mini-Plows' third 2-goal lead of the game. Just 5 minutes later, Voltaggio breaks down the right side boards, cuts around his defender, and makes a beautiful move to his forehand to score a highlight reel goal. An absolute beauty from the young gun to bring his team back to within 1. Unfortunately for the Warriors, that's as close as they would get to tying it, with Farion completing his hat-trick with a one-timer from the slot to make it 5-3 Mini-Plows. Mini-Plows would score another goal with 25 seconds left to win it by a score of 6-3. The win keeps the Mini-Plows undefeated this season with 5 wins and 1 tie, while the Warriors dropped to 2-4 on the season. Venturelli faced 26 shots while Rousseau faced 17. Our second game also features 2 U-League teams, Dragons and Cobras. Dragons have gone 3-0-1 since dropping their season opener and hope to continue their impressive run against the Cobras team, who's tied their last 2 games 6-6 and 8-8. This game starts in the Dragon zone. The 3 forwards each put great pressure on the ball, but Ben Dibley-Ledoux keeps the ball out of his net every single time, making his best save on Noah D'Souza. With the game now 1-0 Dragons, Julien Blanchette Desbiens leads the rush down the boards. He stops at the face-off dot, but Victor Zadra backhands the loose ball high to left side. A snipe of a backhand in my opinion. Score is tied at 1. Moments later, Justin Leo sees his shot from the slot steered out of harm's way by Dibley-Ledoux. Cobras took the 2-1 lead before Andrew Lamy uses his size to outmuscle his defender and feed Andrew Labelle alone in the slot for a slap shot that beats Logan Kelton high blocker side. The game is tied again. Less than a minute later, Labelle uses his speed to get behind the defenders. His initial shot is stopped, but a weird bounce fools Kelton as the ball drops behind the goal line. 3-2 Dragons. Now in the second period, we witness some great tenacity from the Cobras. Nicholas Labropoulos battles every inch in front of the net, at the side of the net, and behind the net, and is finally rewarded when his shot beats Dibley-Ledoux, who had lost his stick during the storm. For the 3rd time in this game, we have a tie score. Cobras looking for more moments later when John Labropoulos steps around his defender, but he can't put the finishing touches on the backhand up close. A solid effort nonetheless. Back the other way, Lamy once again uses his size to his advantage as he bowls his way past the D and snipes a beauty behind Kelton, easily worth a second look. No lead is safe with our 4th tie of the game. With just over 2 minutes left, Cobras control the ball in the slot. Nicholas Labropoulos finally gets a handle on the ball after falling and sends a wrister high into the net, giving the Cobras the 5-4 lead. Cobras would hold on to the lead and take this game 5-4. Dibley-Ledoux was busy having faced 28 shots, whereas Kelton only faced 18. The win gives the Cobras a 2-2-2 record, while the Dragons drop to 3-2-1. Labelle for the Dragons, Zadra and Labropoulos for the Cobras each had 2 goals in the game. Our 3rd game of the night and last from the U-League sees Trailblazers battle Young Guns. Trailblazers are still looking for their first win of the season, going 0-4-1, while Young Guns look to extend their current 3-game winning streak. We start this game with only 90 seconds gone. Sasha Pesho breaks into the zone with a beautiful move before passing to Eddie Freytag, who was left completely alone. He beats Josh Elkin blocker side for the 1-0 lead. Young Gunz add to their lead midway through the first. Owen Coulter wins his battle behind the net and finds Freytag in the slot, who picks his corner and snipes it for the 2-goal lead. Back the other way, Trailblazers come down on a 2-on-1, but Tiger Ricketts sees his one-timer from the slot hit the outside post and roll into the corner. So close. Moments later, Trailblazers one up that last attack with a 3-on-0. Noah Smallwood holds before beating Max DeBed glove side to cut the lead down to 1. With 5 minutes remaining in the first, Smallwood makes an absolutely perfect pass for Ryan Plouffe, who turns on the Jets, gets to the ball first, and beats DeBed 5-hole. Game tied. Smallwood looks to add to the score sheet before the end of the first, but DeBed shuts the door down in front. Now in the second period, a failed clearing attempt at the blue line leads to a great chance for Freytag, but he can't finish up close. Moments later, a beautiful give and go between Freytag and Sasha allows the latter to sneak behind the D's and Roof Daddy is shot past Elkin, a shot that the goalie had no chance on. Young Gunz retake the 3-2 lead. Looking to pad their lead, Coulter breaks down the wing, but Elkin swallows up the shot in his glove. Not to be outdone by his net-minding counterpart, DeBel steps up big in front of Smallwood when he cuts in the middle and tries to go glove side. With 3 minutes left in the game, Michael Turcot walks around the perimeter down the goal line. He takes a no-angle shot that somehow beats DeBel and ties this game up at 3 apiece. The game would end in the same 3-3 tie. Trailblazers are still winless on the season but at a big point in the standings. Young Gunz are now 3-1-1. Freytag was the most dangerous player with 2 goals and 1 assist, while Pesho, Smallwood, and Plouffe each had 1 goal and 1 assist. We now move on to the S-League for a 4th game to find Lumberjacks going head-to-head with Azzurri. Both teams have gotten 3 out of a possible 4 points in their last 2 games after a loss in their previous game. Someone's gonna have to give. This game starts off deep in Lumberjack's zone. Andy Ciarciello wins his battle in the corner and gets the ball to Ethan Graziano. Graziano cuts to the slot, but Lucas Elderman gets a glove on his shot to keep it 0-0. A great reaction save. Still on the attack, Azzurri uses the available space in the attacking zone. A cross-ice pass to Matt Brousseau for the one-timer forces a rebound that Bradley Tager bats out of the air for the goal. Some great hand-eye coordination on that goal. Azzurri takes the lead. Lumberjacks would tie the game with 5 minutes remaining in the first. David Luxembourg has all the time to set up down low before finding Michael D'Alessio for the tip-in in front. It's a 1-all game. Lumberjacks look to cash in again before the period ends, but Jeremy Sananes sees a shot ring off the post behind Tyler Boehm, that close to taking the lead. Now in the second, somehow, the Lumberjacks attack on a 3-on-0, but Boehm stands tall, stoning D'Alessio up close. More of the same moments later, when this time, Luxembourg comes in on a breakaway, only to be sent packing. Lumberjacks finally solve Boehm 7 minutes into the second period. Parked in front of the net, Chris Menace masterfully deflects Anthony Fada's point shot, beating the netminder 5-hole. Just a ridiculous tip up front. Lumberjacks take the 2-1 lead. Looking for the equalizer later in the period, Francesco Deli Quadri redirects the point shot up close, but Eldon just gets his blocker on it to make the save. The teams take a timeout and the following faceoff goes back to Graziano at the point, who tees up a howitzer that hits the back post and out. Good goal to tie things up at 2. And now for the heartbreaker. With just 8 seconds remaining in the game, Tager strips Fada of the ball and crashes the net. He loses the ball, but Justin Galley collects the rebound, beating Eldon 5-hole for the go-ahead goal with 3 seconds remaining. Azzurri steals the win with a final score of 3-2 and improves to 4-1-1 on the season, while Lumberjacks drop to 1-2-1. Tager had points on all 3 of his team's goals. Luxembourg did the same for his. Boehm was the busier of the 2 goalies, facing 20 shots to Eldon's 18. Our last game finds Titans battling Les Boys from the S-League. Both teams are struggling to find wins this season, with Titans going 1-3-1 in their first 5, and Les Boys a lowly 0-2-2. They hope to change their fates with this game. This game starts with Les Boys on the attack. The initial point shot is stopped before it ever hits the net, but Dylan Acheto has to quickly react to a quick shot from the slot. Titans open the scoring with just under 10 minutes gone in the first. Sam Momingi fends off his relentless defender while on a partial breakaway and beats Zach Ehrman glove side to take the 1-0 lead. They double up their lead 3 minutes later. Momingi steps around a player at the blue line, garnering all the attention to himself, leaving Anastasios Sotiropoulos alone in the slot for a wrister that makes this game 2-0 Titans. Les Boys look to cut the lead down moments later. Dylan Romoff intercepts the ball at the red line, leading to a 2-on-1. He dishes off to Zach Kurt, who rings his shot off the post. He had the goalie beat, but hit nothing but iron. This first period could also be called the Momingi show. He dangles around one player at the blue line, cuts, and holds off another before finally getting poke-checked by Ehrman. Les Boys get one final chance to cut the lead down in the last minute of the first, but Kurt's shot sails just wide of the net. Now in the second period, Les Boys manage to create some sustained pressure in the zone. Winning the board battle, Jordan Zweig brings the ball into the slot, but his shot is gloved by a shadow and the play is whistled dead. Now playing 4-on-3 after a slew of penalties, Tyler Shank's point shot hits Mathieu Babineau in front, leaving Ehrman out of position for Babineau to cut back and tuck the ball into the empty cage. It's now 3-0. The boys finally solve a shuttle with just over 5 minutes left to play. Tyler Nutkiewicz wins his battle on the boards and hands off to Romoff for the quick shot that somehow gets through 3 layers of bodies and the goalie to cut the lead down to 3-1 Titans. Looking to close the gap even closer, Zweig is sent in alone on a shadow after splitting the D's, but he can't finish up close. Sam Momingi would score an empty netter as the Titans take this one 4-1. The Titans improved to 2-3-1 on the season, while Les Boys still look for their first win, going 0-3-2 in their first 5 games. Momingi finished the game with 2 goals and 1 assist. And now, for your highlight of the night. For that, we head back to the Lumberjacks Azzurri game. Parked in the slot, Chris Menace masterfully deflects the Anthony Fata point shot, beating Tyler Bohm 5-hole. Just a ridiculous tip. Good for the highlight of the night.